You ready?
All right, let's do it.
All right, so we're back. This is actually episode 8.
Episode 8.
Episode 8. I think I said it wrong yesterday. But yeah, this is episode 8.
So no chill.
The Don's Daylight podcast. We're getting close to 10, which is kind of crazy already. 3 this week. It's a big podcast week. So we've covered the State of the Union yesterday. We talked about that quite a bit. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Today we're hitting away. And Jim Carrey, yeah. A little fun topic to throw in there.
A little Epstein got thrown in there.
Yeah, just kind of talked.
A little bit of our topic today.
A little bit of today, which, we couldn't contain ourselves. So excited to talk about it. Iran. It's kind of the big topic everybody's talking about. Are we going to get drafted? We're prime drafting age. Are we going to war?
I would bet my life we don't get drafted.
I'm pretty confident we
Iran.
won't. I don't even know why we'd have to draft at this point. Just drone strikes.
No, we're literally demolishing them.
Yeah, so. Exactly. You'd be better at that anyway, so they'll take you, not me. But yeah, so that's the big topic today is Iran. It's pretty hot button issue.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of just dive right in.
Okay, wonderful. What are your initial thoughts on the conflict in Iran at the moment?
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot, man. There's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad, and I think people tend to be pretty divided on what the good and the bad are. And we'll kind of give our input here because I do think it's good that we're trying to get a regime change in. I know we touched on it lightly yesterday, that this is a good thing. It's a net benefit for the Middle East, for the people of Iran not getting gunned down in the streets.
Women who want to wear anything less than a burqa or a hijab.
And so I do think it's a net positive that the regime change is taking place, that we're getting, the cruel, evil leaders of Iran, we're trying to get them out.
It's good for 9-year-olds.
It's great for the youth, the young women who are preyed upon. However, I think there are some genuine concerns with going to war with Iran. I think sending American soldiers there, I don't know if that's necessarily in our best benefit. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. We don't know if China's going to get involved. I know they said they aren't, but that is a concern of mine, is that could cause some conflict because I forget the name of the passage there, like the pass of... there's can't think of the name.
Trade passageway.
Trade passage.
Strait of something.
Yeah, the Strait of...
Oh, is it the Strait of Oman? It might be the Strait of Oman.
It might be the... Fact check us.
Yeah, fact check us.
But there's a passage there of water where quite a bit of oil is moved in and out. I want to say it's 20% of China's oil, which is a pretty big amount. So
I'm going to look it up. Actually.
Yeah, I would fact check in real time. But there's a big passage there that's a lot of infrastructure for China, and so they said they won't get involved. Will they? Will they not? I mean, there's always a chance, and if they do get involved, that could be interesting. It could change the dynamic of the war. And then I want to get into this a little bit later, but there's also some, are we getting into this for some other matters kind of later on down the line? But I am against right now sending American troops. I think Trump campaigned on preventing foreign wars, and I think that is also kind of why people are upset right now, which I understand that side. I understand both sides of that argument, actually. The people who say, we shouldn't have started this war, I understand, Trump campaigned on wars in the Middle East being stupid, but also, I mean, this is a pretty similar to Venezuela, where it seems right now like it's pretty easy. Like, you just kind of go in, get what you need to get done, and come out. That's what I really hope it's going to be, but I could foresee it taking a pretty big shift into a larger war in the Middle East that could really get some world repercussions, where we're getting some bigger names like Russia, China, the entire United States involved. So what are your thoughts?
Fact check alert, I was wrong. It's the Strait of Hormuz. So, yeah, my fault, twin.
My bad.
I'll be better. Hey, you're looking at the National Geography B nominee for the 5th grade. That's Cooper Lariger. So,
that's pretty impressive.
That's why I was a nominee and not a finalist, but whatever.
I had a hard time remembering all 50 states in 4th grade. So
I got them down and the capitals.
we got some.
I play Hoi 4, so there you go. But yeah, this issue, a lot of the issues that are kind of hot in the political scene right now are pretty in my opinion, kind of black and white, but this one is a lot more gray. And this one, like, you can be a good person and be on both sides. Like the abortion debate, honestly, I feel like you're either an ignorant person or you're not a good person if you're for abortions. Same with, like, you know, the Second Amendment, right? I don't think that if you want to take away people's guns that you're a good person. I think that maybe you have what you believe are good intentions, but you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So, but this one is a lot more nuanced and there's a lot more gray. You have people, very rightfully so, not wanting people to die. I totally understand that, and I'm for mostly not people dying. But Iran is, in my opinion, one of the worst countries on the planet for people, or for women to live in, for young girls to live in, and people that want or for people's freedoms. There is no freedom of speech. The Ayatollah just killed tens of thousands of protesters over the past 2 months. I think the most like liberal estimates were like 40,000, the most conservative were like 10,000. So either way, tens of thousands of people. And somebody like that, if you were to tell me, look, we got this guy and like 50 of his cronies all in one location, we could drop a missile on them right now and take them out. Yeah, I think I would make that. I'd make that call. We've crippled their navy. Their nuclear program obviously is not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. And you know, these are people that chant death to America, death to Jews, right? They're not good people. These radical Islamists, they wish death upon people. And I guess that's kind of the fundamental difference between my morality and their morality is I only wish death upon people who justly deserve it in the eyes of the one true God, not some pedophile that lived in 600 AD that read up on Muhammad, not a good guy. Police be upon him, the Prophet Muhammad.
Police be upon him, I like that, that's a good one.
Yeah, you know, this obviously this is a very nuanced issue in terms of our involvement there. You can be a great person and wish for no war with Iran. You could be a great person and wish for what we're doing right now and to have what we're doing right now be done. So yeah, it's definitely nuanced, and you know, I believe that I fall on the camp that what we're doing is right, and unfortunately I think 6 Americans have lost their lives.
Yep.
And some others have been injured. But you know, at the same time, in my opinion, right, they knew the risk. These people weren't drafted, right? These people knew the risk when they signed up, and they honorably and very valiantly gave their lives to better the lives of not only Americans by not having a radical Islamist regime chant death to America and start enriching uranium past 60%. That's not a good thing for Americans to have that happen. But also for Iranians and people living in, I'm going to start calling it Persia now, honestly.
Just Persia?
I think that we're well on our way to getting that happening. But again, you know, it's a shame that the service members lost their lives. I wish they wouldn't have, but I also think that what we're doing is the best for not only the world, but for Iranians and Americans.
Yeah, so I kind of gave both perspectives because I think there's valid arguments to both sides, but I'll kind of give my personal opinion now because I think we'll differ a little bit here because I agree. If we have the opportunity, like you said, to just like wipe out pure evil, like we absolutely should if we have that opportunity. But what is concerning to me is there's a lot of evil in the world. You see like all the Christian persecution in Nigeria where they're just being literally starved to death. We see, China's evil, and Korea, they just make people disappear if they disagree with political views. Like, this evil is everywhere. There's evil in America, and we talked about this a little bit too, like kind of the idea that this almost feels not like a smokescreen for the Epstein files, but it feels like, it's a look over here now, like we're moving on, because there's evil everywhere. And I think the idea that we're going after Iran just because they're evil, no, that's all right, thank you. I forgot my water. But the idea that we're just going after Iran because they're evil feels like a cop-out answer to me because of the amount of evil that's in the world. If that's the case, if we're just going to start drone striking evil rulers everywhere, I mean, why not Korea? Why not these other places? And I understand there's arguments for both sides. But the Venezuela issue I can understand because that's our Western Hemisphere. That's our domain. We don't want China getting a strategic advantage in our hemisphere because they become best friends with Venezuela and then they can make a military outpost there or whatever. But when we start injecting ourselves all across the globe, we have to ask, are there deeper levels to why we are going there beyond just, oh yeah, these are bad people, we're just going to go kill them. I understand the idea that they told us that they're in development of a nuke, or that's kind of what we'll get into here.
And they promised to use it as well.
I agree, yeah, but that's kind of what we've been being told, we've been being fed for 30, 40 years, is that the Middle East, they're weeks away from a nuke, weeks away from a nuke, weeks away from a nuke, all the time. They still don't have a nuke. And I understand that they're very difficult to make, and the enriching past 60%, that's concerning. But it feels like, are there other underlying things that we're trying to gain, or somebody's trying to gain from this attack on Iran? And so I was watching and doing some research before we did this episode, because I was curious. And so Tucker Carlson just came out with a really good podcast episode. Love him or hate him, smart guy. I think we can all agree. And kind of the idea of, is this more of a holy war? And so for people that aren't 100% aware, in the Talmud and in the Christian perspective, the construction of the third temple is what kind of starts Revelation, or it has to happen before Revelation takes place, right? The construction of the third temple.
The Antichrist has to come back.
Has to come from the.
And there's a lot of, there's dispensationalism, there's all sorts of different, look, trying to interpret Revelation and thinking you're right is folly.
It is 100%, because, I mean, only God the Father knows the day, the hour, not even the Son.
Not even Christ knows, right?
Yeah. So. But we do know for a fact that part of Revelation is the construction of the third temple. That is on, I wrote notes about it because I'm not super confident on this area, but the foundation stone, the idea of like this was the place where the temple was built, where King Solomon built the temple, and then it was later demolished by the Romans. There was another attempt to rebuild it by the last Roman Christian, but he was more of a, I believe his name, I wrote down. Julian. He was Julian the Apostate, the last Christian Roman emperor, but he wasn't really a Christian. He attempted to build a temple there to kind of bring on Revelation early, and that was kind of cut down. There's some stuff that happened there, and they didn't allow for it. But if you don't know where the foundation stone is now, and where the construction of the third temple needs to take place, is where the Prophet Muhammad built the mosque. It's called the Dome of the Rock or something, I believe.
It's in Jerusalem. Right?
It's in Jerusalem.
Yep. There's a mosque there.
And so there's talk about invading and destroying that mosque and attempting to rebuild the third temple. And so I think that's an interesting thing to consider as we move towards war. Are there other underlying reasons for it? Are we trying to justify now destroying this temple? Because we saw in Gaza, when Israel invaded Gaza, that they weren't afraid to tear down churches and things like that. And so now when we move towards Iran, I feel the same way, that they wouldn't have an issue with tearing down this temple, and then that leaves them the opportunity to rebuild. So I think it's interesting. And then there's also a little Torah lore, for lack of a better terminology. Torah lore. When the third temple was destroyed, In the Torah, they believe that you basically have to worship in the temple. Like it's a requirement to worship in a place of like holiness in a temple. When that third temple was destroyed, Jesus said it was going to be rebuilt in 3 days, thus meaning that he was the temple, that Jesus was taking that upon him, that he is now the new temple that you're supposed to worship. But in the Torah, they believe that that third temple is their Savior.
You mean the Talmud?
Savior. No, Talmud.
Okay.
That they believe that is their
Torah is
Savior.
the first five
books. Sorry, I was a little tired today. But yeah, the Talmud, that temple is going to take that place. So I think that's interesting to kind of think about. You know, we're fighting this war with Israel, not on their behalf, but you know, with them. And so, is our involvement necessary? I don't particularly feel like it is. I do believe that Trump campaigned on Americans first, that we should prevent ourselves from going into foreign wars, and I don't feel like our involvement is necessary. I feel like we've given Israel the capabilities to take matters into their own hands if they felt like that was necessary, and I feel like if they felt like a regime change there was necessary and we got the permission from the United States and the UN to make that invasion, that they could have done it themselves. But interesting to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously there's more than one reason as to why we're doing this, right? You know, nothing happens in politics for just one reason.
Absolutely.
But especially geopolitics.
Yeah.
But you know, I would obviously I would say that, you know, I think that Trump didn't campaign on no new foreign wars with Iran. Like he said multiple times, like verbatim, this was at like one of his rallies, we're gonna bomb the shit out of him, is what he said.
Did he?
Yep, and
because I've seen the clips rolling around of like wars in the Middle East are stupid. His tweets about, oh, if we invaded the Middle East, that's really dumb of us.
Right, and so, you know, and we're not invading, right? We are.
Yet.
Well, yet. Yeah. If there's boots on the ground, then obviously I'm going to be against that. But as of right now, and the way things stand, and the way that it's been framed, is that we're going to let the Persian people do what they want, but we're getting rid of one of the most evil men in the 21st or the 21st century.
Which I would absolutely agree with that. If we keep our soldiers off the ground and we're not doing an actual invasion, absolutely. If we're just drone striking evil people, yeah, go for it.
Yep.
But it's when if we start that invasion, that's when I'm gonna be like,
yeah,
all right,
I would say yeah. If we have like boots on the ground in Iran, I would more than likely be against that, barring some other extenuating circumstances. But yeah, if you know, there's definitely more than one reason. But I think that I don't think the reason that we're doing this is to bring about revelation.
I don't think that's America's reason, but I think it could be a reason for other people.
Okay, sure. And I know that. So, well, I guess I don't know this, but this is I saw this online in one thing. I have no idea if this is true or not, but apparently Israel told the U.S., "Hey, we're going to strike soon, and there's nothing like you can say to stop us because we have this intel." And we were like, "Okay, I guess we'll help out as well." So I don't know the validity about all that, but again, that would just kind of point to the fact that Israel's not a great ally. I wouldn't even consider them an ally at all. And
that's so Marco Rubio had a little, like, after, I think it was after the I don't remember when this was. It was a little speech. I guess you could call it a speech, but he had said that,
like a press briefing or something.
Yeah, like a debrief or something, and he had said something along the lines of Israel. He didn't say this verbatim, but he said, like, Israel kind of told us that same thing, like they're gonna strike, and we kind of were like, well, we want to strike them too, so we'll just join in. Feels like not a great answer to me, but I mean,
yeah. And you know, obviously, the results so far have been overwhelmingly positive.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I think Trump, I love the guy a lot. There's things I don't like about him, but there's a lot that I do. And one of the things I love about him is that he's not in it for the reasons that previous politicians were, for all this. I think he's one of the least corrupt presidents we've ever had, because you can just you can tell by the way that he did the thing in Venezuela, no quagmire of war there. The thing that he's doing in Iran right now, no quagmire of war there as of yet. He's brokered, I think, 8 different peace deals and ceasefires. He's closed the border completely. The action gets done with this guy, and I trust him.
We still have 2 years left of him. So.
Yeah, we still got 2 years. So I trust the guy. I think that I'm going to lean on the side of believing him than not believing him as of right now.
And I would agree. I would say my only reason for saying that is because there's a lot of hoopla about it. A lot of like, are we doing this on Israel's behalf? Are we doing this just for fun? Trump promised no new wars, all this stuff. But it's like,
I wouldn't even say we're technically at war.
And that's what I'm saying.
No.
Like, this is more of a let's just wait and see what happens. I think a few weeks need to elapse, and we need to see kind of what comes of this. Because obviously, if we just go in there, drone strike, pull out, regime change, absolutely, that's great.
Because this all happened about a week ago.
Yeah. And so there's plenty of time for things to develop. And like you said, I would like to believe that Trump is just trying to get evil out of the world, and I am more than happy for that. But if this turns into a war, I think that's when things are because people are already claiming that it's a war. It's not a war yet.
Yeah.
There's no.
This is a skirmish. This is an annihilation on America's part to Iran, and a skirmish on Iran's part to America at best.
Yeah.
This is not a war where thousands are dying.
No. There's no trenches being dug. There's no tanks rolling over. No. Just a couple of drone strikes. So it is really a waiting game now. We'll wait and see. I think there's just so many people out there that want to just, throw their hands in the air and say, this is the end. But I'm interested to see kind of where it goes.
Everything.
Yeah,
I would. A lot of people said that this was also unconstitutional. And that's
against the law because the Senate didn't. Yeah, that's
just blatantly false. 7 out of the 8 people that Marco Rubio was supposed to inform were informed within the 48-hour period. And again, we haven't formally declared war against Iran. This is a very normal amount of force that is allowed to presidents. I mean, you look at Libya, you look at...
The exact same thing happened in Venezuela. I mean, we didn't declare war. We just went in, did what we had to do, and came back out.
Well, you look at Libya, you look at Syria, you look at all of these, places that America has done military operations in without actually declaring war, and it's completely within the precedent that's been set before, and by the books, legal. So,
well, correct me if I'm wrong, does he have 30 days to declare war? Is that?
I don't know about any time limit, but
I think it's 48 hours.
We were in Syria for years.
That's true.
So I think that we never declared war on Syria. Obviously, it was the war on terrorism, but you can make the same argument.
The war on immigration.
Well, yeah, you can make the same argument that the Ayatollah and his regime, the IRGC, are even more terroristic than ISIS.
Which I'd say they probably are.
I mean, the IRGC, for those who don't know, is I'm going to say was the leading party. They were the rulers, the dictators of Iran. And now that Trump has killed like 50 of their top guys, they're pretty much done for. And they were the #1 state sponsor of terrorism throughout the world, claiming multiple attacks throughout the world, in England, in America, obviously, in Europe, even in Asia. I believe China has been hit by them as well. So Australia has been hit by them. There was that shooting a number of months ago. Whoa! God bless you.
Well, something.
Yeah, man, that was nuts. But yeah, that shooting with those 2 guys on that at the beach. Do you remember that?
I do.
That was the IRGC claimed that one, and it's just. Getting rid of these guys is for the betterment of not only Iran, but for the world and America as well. I'm fully in support of what's going on. Obviously, that would change if things change, but as of right now, the way things stand, I like what's going on.
I agree, and that's where I'd put it. I think is right now. I agree with the drone strikes, taking evil people out. They're making threats that have weight. So I think it's a net positive to rid the world of as much evil as we can.
And then Iran just started firing missiles at all of the other Gulf countries.
It was almost immediate, and
everybody was like, "Oh, screw you, we're against you now." Yeah. So it was like
they kind of just started shooting them everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Saudi Arabia offered full support. Beirut.
So maybe in
UAE. So
maybe in a week or two, when if the dust settles, or maybe if something comes out, we'll do another episode, kind of a follow up. So maybe in a week or two, if nothing happens, we'll just be like, "Hey, this is I think it's coming to a close, but if something else happens, we'll probably make another episode on it." This is a pretty hot button issue.
This has the potential to be one of the biggest. It technically has the potential to be World War III.
Absolutely.
But based off of what we're seeing right now, Russia saying, "No, we're kind of busy with Ukraine right now," in China saying, "You got it, Iran."
Yeah.
And they're not doing anything about it.
But things can happen very quickly. You have the shot heard around the world. You have the assassination of, what was it?
Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Kind of lit the kindle.
Just one little thing. The bombing of Pearl Harbor is kind of what spiraled us into, little things can happen dramatically. Who knows? Maybe we're all sitting here fine and dandy, and then a week down the line,
something crazy happens.
30 missiles are sent to New York or something. That can just change in an instant. Yep. So...
Also, the Ayatollah tried to kill Trump a couple of times.
I heard about that.
We got to get rid of you. I don't know. Yeah. Sorry, that was a tangent that I just thought of. But
so I guess we'll just kind of see, and obviously we'll keep you guys informed because it's kind of what we're doing now. It's been a lot of fun.
It's been a blast.
It really has. Episode 8 already.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Watch our episode with Senator Kathleen Koth, and episode 7, State of the Union, and Jim Carrey.
And we have so much planned. I guess we're kind of done with Iran. That's kind of the closing statement, is that it's good right now. Let's keep it that way. Let's just stay out of the Middle East. But yeah, this is a good time to kind of talk about what we got planned for PAC, because there's a lot coming down the pipeline. We're officially federalized, which is incredible. So we can start accepting grants and donations, which we're going to kind of get on top of here shortly. The weather's getting nicer. We're outside a little bit more often, so tabling's going to be coming up.
We're at a baseball field right now.
We're just hanging out at a baseball field. So as the weather keeps warming up, we're going to get on UNO, and I think we're going to start recording some of our tablings, because that's
hopefully other places as well, other than UNO,
absolutely. And that's where the meat's at. That's why we got into this. We love tabling. This podcast and this business has all kind of been not secondary, but it's been just a byproduct of our desire to do tabling, and that's really where our heart's at. And so we're really excited to get that back up and going.
We've got a website.
We've got a website now. We've got our podcast just all over the place. We made an Instagram post about it, but we're on Spotify, a couple other big podcasting apps. I think Apple Music, YouTube is going to be a lot more consistent. Our podcast has its own section, so as we start tabling, we can kind of split them up, so there's not congestion in the videos. We're starting some more PAC stuff, so if you're interested, obviously you can DM our Instagram or Facebook to kind of get in the loop. We have a Discord server now, and a group me, and we're kind of just organizing some fun things. We're going to go to the zoo one of these days and just kind of hang out.
March 15th.
March 15th.
Yep.
We're going to...
Zoo Day.
Sometimes we'll just go and do some we'll set up a meeting and just get some food and talk about our plans. We revised our bylaws the other day, went through all of our documents.
I still got to sign those, right?
You did.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, so we're good. Everything's...
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we went through... I guess I need to make
It was at the mall.
Yep, I need to make a new probably document for it, but good things are coming. And just as the weather gets nicer and we have some more free time, I've been pretty busy with some stuff at work, and Cooper's been busy with a couple new jobs.
This week has been the literal busiest week of my entire life. I won't get into any of those details, but it's been quite a week.
And same with me. Usually I can do some business stuff at work, but I've had that free time kind of taken away from me. So just kind of excited to get things going up again, and just
Riker will be back here in a couple of days.
Our donations are going incredibly well, and as we look for grants, I'm very thankful for everybody that's donated almost $500 already.
Yeah, we're almost at $500.
This is crazy for where we're at.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah,
really
please, consider donating if you haven't already.
$30 gets you a hat.
$30 gets you a hat. Who has a hat now?
Hal Dobb.
Hal Dobb has a hat.
Old mayor, lawyer.
If Hal Dobb has a hat, why don't you have a hat? I mean,
Hal Dobb's got a hat.
My friend Christian has a hat. Shout out Christian. He's a dog.
We should think about getting like Senator Kathleen a hat too. Like that'd be cool.
We should just send her one.
We should send her one. That's what I did to Hal. I just sent him one in the mail. He gave us a big donation. Very incredibly nice. He's been a good mentor to me. Just emailing back and forth. Had a couple phone calls with him. He's very wise. So yeah, I'm just excited to keep going. Just keep saying yes to opportunities.
Yeah, that's what it takes.
It really does, and I think we've got some trips planned. I've got some ideas too to like go to a couple maybe conventions and talk to some Republicans and Christians and try to get some more donations going. So yeah, good stuff coming. I'm really excited.
Yeah, PAC is, I'm super excited about the future of PAC. If you are interested in joining, please, what should people do if they're interested in joining PAC?
Yeah, so that's another big topic. So I introduced it into our Discord server and GroupMe, but there's a big opportunity that we're going to start bringing up. Because we're a nonprofit, we're able to offer people the opportunity to intern with us, and I need to look into that way more. I'm planning on looking into it as somebody offers it. Like if somebody's like, hey, I want to intern for this, I'll look into it. But basically we can offer an internship to give class credit. And then as we grow, there's going to be a lot more opportunities. But if you want to DM us on Facebook, Instagram, and our email, the.pac.alliance@gmail.com. It's all over our social media as well. You can talk to us. We're looking for...
There's also, I believe, a link in the description with our email.
There is, yep. And we'll talk about it. We have a position that we're looking for to get filled for our social media manager, to kind of help with our social media, because we're just three 20-year-old dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing our best, but it'd be nice to have somebody who's maybe a little bit better with graphic design. We have a guy, Josh, shout out Josh. He's been kind of helping with our behind the scenes. Like some of our pictures from our recent posts have been him, and they just look way better.
All those Lloyd pictures,
if you want. The cat pictures.
Yeah. So the cat that we keep talking about, that's obviously not here right now, but that keeps harassing us during when we film. There's plenty of beautiful pictures of him on our Instagram.
On our Instagram, yeah. So we really appreciate those people. And obviously right now, it'd be volunteer or an internship. But as we grow, there's going to be more and more opportunities. So the people that stick with us from this like foundation, from this building, there's going to be opportunities, I think, as we grow. Because I see good things happening here. So
future's bright, man.
It really is. And the people that come in early and stick around, those people will be blessed 100%.
Yeah. Absolutely. You got a new tattoo as well.
I did. So a little lore for Cooper. He's a big whale fan.
I love whales.
And I didn't know this. I'd planned this tattoo.
Look at that thing. Yeah.
Planned this for quite a while.
Hold on. Let's zoom in here. Show the people, man. Show the people.
The whale tat.
Look at that thing, man.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And so a little bit about Cooper. His favorite animals are whales, and so now this is in honor of Cooper, even though it was
okay.
Exact, not.
Are we gonna make out now or later?
No, but yeah. So finishing up the sleeve, little Caleb lore, trying to get the tattoos wrapped up on this side of my arm. There's like an ambulance driving by or something. It's kind of loud. I'm sure they're coming for us.
Yeah, this is it. This is the end. We're actually the ones that killed the Ayatollah.
Yep. TPUNO gave them a call. They said we're practicing our freedom of speech in a public area.
Hey, they're coming to get Caleb because he said that JD Vance performed poorly in a debate.
Poorly in an interview.
Oh, we got more.
Gotta send, Jobtown, brothers. Go get them.
Get them. This guy's a fireman too, so he knows.
Those are sweet fire trucks. I got the black.
Oh yeah, the Fremont Fire. My ex-girlfriend, her uncle was a fireman and a mixed martial artist.
That's pretty fire.
Yeah, he was a pretty cool dude.
I guess we could dive into this lore. So the reason I've been busy is because I've been taking driving class at work. So learning how to drive the fire trucks, and it's a big job and it takes up a lot of time. And so give me a couple months to get that knocked out, and then we're gonna be in full swing. I'm so excited. This is just so much fun. I love the tabling, I love the debating. I've already reached out to a couple of other places, waiting to hear back from like the Young Democrat Society to get some debates going, because that one that we had with Joyce was incredible. Like, that debate was awesome.
That's episode 6, I believe, right?
6, yep. Or
5. That's episode 5.
Yeah, episode 5, the debate with Joyce. It's like 2.5 hours, but everybody that I've heard that's listened to it has said it's really good, and just hearing those opposite sides. So I'd love to debate him again and maybe hone in on a couple topics, like maybe 2, like pick 2
Yeah, it was
topics.
a pretty general debate.
It was, because we were kind of feeling each other out. You could tell we were kind of trying to figure out our political opinions. So it'd be really cool to like really hone in on 2 with him, maybe take like 2 or 3 hours and just like really hammer away some good ones. So lots of good things. I mean, just good things.
Also, sorry about my mic during the Kathleen Koth interview. It just like buzzes randomly. I'm glad I muted in real time, because I could see my Zoom window making noise. So I muted at parts, but my microphone sucks. Like, we had this whole saga.
First.
If you watch episode 5, you'll be able to see in real time my microphone just.
Probably one of the funniest. I always want to make a clip of it, because we're like winding down, and we're just having like some friendly conversation, and Cooper's mouse dies, and the entire episode, his like volume, it keeps like going down. He'll like turn it up and it goes down.
The whole time I had to like move my microphone slider back up to 75%. It would keep incrementally going back down.
So his mouse dies, and he's like slowly fading into the abyss, and you can hear his voice like get quieter. He's like, Joyce, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And then it just like cuts out completely. So
my friend got me that microphone a while ago, but I think unfortunately he just bought like a malfunctioning one or something. I don't. It still kind of works, but hey, shout out my friends
budget.
Will and Reagan, man. I can't remember which one of those got me the microphone, but yeah, I think maybe both of them did. But
maybe we'll put that in the pack budget. Once we get some donations, we'll get Cooper
a microphone for me.
Nice Zoom mic.
It's all actually been a ploy for me to get a good microphone.
Yeah, that's all this is.
Yep.
But yeah, so anything else you want to add? I mean, this has been a pretty good episode. You know, hit the big topic of Iran, and just kind of, it truly is a waiting game for me personally. Like, just kind of wait and see. I'm not going to jump to the conclusion of this is a holy war. We're just, we're trying to just eliminate Iran or the Middle East. But I'm also not going to be like, we're not doing anything. So
yeah, I think one final thing I want to touch on with Iran is all of the, not all obviously, but a large number of Persians were celebrating in the streets, crying tears of joy. They were actively celebrating what was going on in Tehran.
Almost identical to Venezuela.
Yes.
And I will just throw this out there. We talked a little bit about it yesterday's episode at the State of the Union. There is a certain party that just really seems that the people that is their nation are celebrating and crying because they're finally away from oppression. And then you have people here that are like, how dare we intervene with these people? And it's like, that's a little concerning to me too, because
it's not
a good look.
It's either you support all those people's oppression and the killing of those people in the protests of the past 2 months, or you're just ignorant and saying what, toting the party line.
I'm sure if you lived in Venezuela or Iran, you would also be very happy that the U.S. is intervening.
Yeah. Yeah, if you weren't imagine this, you were a woman living in Iran. For the past 47 years, you've had to wear complete coverings. You can't run. You can't go for runs. You can't walk your dog. You can't
really freely speak.
There's no free speech. Like, you can't speak out against the government. You can't. If you do, you get killed. There's so many things that women and men are not able to do.
Your marriage is consecrated at 6, and you're married at 9 to some 50-year-old.
Other way around.
Is it?
You're married at 6.
Married at 6. That's
consecration
right.
at 9
that's
years
right.
old, which
married to some creepy old.
Was
dude.
done by
Prophet Muhammad,
the greatest figure in Islam next to Allah, the Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon him.
That's a good line. Yeah. I really like that.
But yeah. I guess that's kind of the ending bit I wanted to touch on with Iran.
Yeah, so I mean that's today's episode. Iran, and kind of just dilly-dallying and getting people excited again about PAC, because we're coming hard. I mean, we're really gonna cut that and bleep that out. No, we're
I'm not.
I lost my train of thought. Dang it.
We shoot ropes. All right. All right. All right. Anyway.
Yeah,
we're really getting at it, guys. We're giving it our all.
We're giving it our all. We're yippee, huzzah.
In public, by the way, is crazy, but you know, whatever.
In a public server. So. But yeah, I'm excited. I know Cooper's excited. Riker's excited once he gets back. We got Josh now too. He's a really cool cat. I like him a lot. He's a good dude.
All the people in the pack chat too. We had a really healthy. I kind of went a little hard on a member in the pack chat with.
Yeah, I remember.
It was a good.
He might be joining us. We need to talk to him because he might get on the podcast one of these days.
Oh, sick! Yeah,
remember
do that.
He mentioned that, so we'll talk to him. Yeah, but go ahead.
But yeah, just like healthy discussions in our group meet chat. Everybody's obviously very busy, but we keep healthy discussion alive and well. And any of these topics that come up, we can have discourse with one another, and at the end of the day, still respect one another. Even like I had a completely opposite opinion than this guy, and we were both very respectful towards one another, and I think more of him now because he was willing to defend what he believed in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is why I'd like to move kind of towards that Discord server, because you're able to format it in a way where you can have like a debate chat and a Bible chat, and then like we have voice chats in there, and we play video games some nights. We just hang out in the pack chat. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Riker, if you're watching, glory to Greater Panama in our Hori 4 game. Down with Bulgaria.
Down with Bulgaria. Brutal.
Dude, the Second Balkan War started, and Bulgaria was in a bit of a quagmire. So,
and if you're out there, Riker, we'll get the finals going again soon. That's kind of my game of choice. I'm a big FPS guy, so. Yeah, I
like FPSs. I just suck.
That's fair. And you know, you got the sweaty 8-year-olds with 3 monitors, no scoping you from halfway across the map nowadays. So, but yeah, I mean that about wraps it up for me.
Me too.
We're excited for what's coming. Don't hesitate to reach out. And I also wanted to say I made a little Instagram post about it too. That debate we have with Joyce. If you're opposed to us, if you have disagreements, message us on Instagram, Facebook, DM us.
In the comments as well. Please feel free to voice your opinions in the comments of our Instagram posts. There was another person that unfortunately said they hate us, but you know, we're more than willing to talk with that person, and they said that they're free around April or May, so we might get something.
So we might have another debate there, and if you want to debate us on a topic, I mean, we're pretty open to just about anything. I'll debate anything. I mean,
no topic off limits for me.
That was the best part about tabling, is we got every side of the aisle, you know, debating religion, abortion, Second Amendment, First Amendment, everything. So communism, socialism, the whole Monarchy, we did get that, which is pretty incredible.
There are 2 monarchists at the UNO campus. I'll just say that.
We're trying to
set them up.
Trying to get a little. Yep. That'd be great.
Shout out David, man. I don't know what the other one's name is, but
I remember meeting her. David. Yeah. So that's about it. That wraps it up. Thanks for watching. Again, $30 pack hat. Anything over than that, we appreciate it, because like we said, we're in the hole, but we love to be here because we get to do this, and it's a lot of fun.
Worth it completely.
100% worth it. So catch you guys on the next one. Boom. Peace out.
Peace.